Get close to the words of the prophets. God is in there. Moses told his people to put scripture in little boxes and tie it to their heads. Strap the Bible to your forehead. Shout proverbs from the rooftops. Post parables on your mirror and on your wall. Pack your margins with notes. Sing the Psalms as your prayers. Read Paul out loud like poetry. Know Isaiah by heart. Love Matthew like a brother. Squeeze the verses like oranges. Do like the Lord told Ezekiel. Eat this scroll and fill your stomach with it. So I ate it, and it tasted as sweet as honey. Don't just read the words of the prophets. Eat them.
Well, that's good for a travel. This is a better compass for living. And as surely as that compass will always point, watch this, will always point to the North Pole, this compass always points upward. And I want to talk about a compass for life's journey. And what I want to do is simply this. I want to take a passage of Scripture, one of the most important passages of Scripture in the Bible to me personally, because right after I was saved, somehow by the grace of God and His goodness, I came across this passage of Scripture. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding, which simply means this. This compass always points us to trust, to faith, that our God is trustworthy. He never makes a mistake. He will never mislead you under any condition. And sometimes we have difficulty trusting God. And sometimes a person will say, I trust Him, sorta. Listen carefully. You don't trust Him, sorta. You either do trust Him or you don't trust Him. You don't trust Him, sorta. And oftentimes we have difficulty when God requires of us something that we see as difficult for us. And we say, well, God, but how? And because we can't figure it out, we don't trust Him. And when we do not trust Him in any area of our life, we're insulting God. What we're saying and what we're implying is this: He's not trustworthy. To deny Him His rightful place in your life of trusting Him, you are saying to Him, I can't trust you, I don't believe you. So, I'd never tell God that. Your actions shout it to Him. Think about, here's this righteous God who never makes a mistake, who loves you unconditionally, who would never mislead you, and you're telling Him you don't believe Him? You know what it says? You've closed the compass. You've got it laying on your table beside your bed, or you have it on a desk somewhere in your house. You have the compass, but you're not reading it. This compass is always going to lead you to trust Him. But I want you to notice something else about it, and that is it will always lead you to seek His mind and His will about things. Listen to what He says. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. This compass is always going to point you in the direction of seeking the Lord. That is, what does God think about the question before you? How does God want to intervene in this decision to give you the right sense of direction? In all your ways, acknowledge Him, which means, listen, if I acknowledge Him, I'm recognizing Him as my Lord. I'm recognizing, listen, His infinite and perfect wisdom. I'm recognizing the fact that He will only lead me in the right direction. I'm recognizing the fact that He loves me unconditionally. I'm recognizing the fact that He only has the best for me. So therefore, in all your ways, acknowledge Him. That is, look to Him, seek Him. Now think about this. What is it in your life that you would say, now God has nothing to do with that? Not a thing. In all your ways, in all your decisions, we're to seek Him. We're to ask Him. And you see, if you're not into the compass daily, you can mark it down. You're going to step off the path. You're going to head in the wrong direction because there's so many pitfalls out there. What you have to do is check the compass. You cannot name a single solitary experience in life in which this compass will not give you clear direction. If you will meditate upon it, if you will ask God to give you direction, you see, because there's no area in your life that you can exclude God. So he says, in all your ways, acknowledge him.